the more I think about the upcoming Philadelphia Eagles season, the more optimistic and excited I get about this team. I think it's going to take time to gel. Like, don't get me wrong, a lot of new parts to the offense and a whole new system with the new offensive coordinator. That being said, this offense has a whole lot of talent, a whole lot of talent. And I think more so, well, I was going to say more so than last year, but isn't that kind of a given? I think they're going to be put in positions to be successful in a way we have not seen in quite a while in Philadelphia. And I think despite his talent, A.J. Brown being gone is going to be addition by subtraction, so to speak. I think it's going to be a positive for the Eagles offense because they're not going to have to worry about him. They're not going to have to worry about his ego. They're not going to have to worry about forcing him the football. By the way, real quick, thank you so much for being here. Truly do appreciate all your support. Like this is wild to be on here talking about my teams. Although it's been mostly Eagles, I do want to talk about other Philly teams, but man, I mean it's the Eagles. Although the Phillies run that they're having, we got to get into that as well. But anyway, it's wild to think that we're closing in on 2,000 of you who have subscribed to this channel to listen to me yap about. I don't remember not being an Eagles fan. Anyway, do me a favor, like, comment if you're enjoying the content. I do read every single comment. It's replying to all of them would be a full-time job in and of itself, but I do read every single one and appreciate it. Subscribe if you haven't already. I appreciate that as well. I think we're a little over 100 subscribers from 2,000, which is insane. So anyway, what is this secret weapon that I am talking about? For me, it is Eli Stowers. And I get he was the best tight end in college football this past season, but with all of the A.J. Brown drama, and then you factor in Diana Rossini and Mike Vrabel and all these other things going on with the Eagles offense, the new offensive coordinator, all the stuff about Jalen Hurts, and is he going to be able to do this and he can't do that? It's kind of gotten lost in the shuffle that we drafted an insanely talented tight end who can be a game changer. Now, do I think he's going to come out like that, light things up, and be all pro? Probably not, but I do think you are going to see him get more and more and more time on the field and more targets as the season goes along because he is just that type of tight end. He is the guy that causes matchup nightmares for opposing defenses. Too fast for linebackers to cover, too big for safeties to cover. He creates matchup nightmares. Size and speed, great hands, can go over the middle, can go long, wide, can stretch a field, and it's fantastic. One of the things we talk about with the Eagles offense compared to last year that we're hoping to see this year, more yards after catch. The Eagles offense was designed to never have yards after catch, which is wild when you think of the modern NFL when that is such a huge part of the system. And yet the Eagles are like, nah, we don't need that. We're just run out 6 yards and turn around. And, hopefully that incredible route of running straight and turning around with all of our receivers at the same time will utterly confuse the defenses. They'll just keep going deep and you'll be open and we can pick up 4.5 yards. But I think he's a guy that over time can be one of those players for Jalen Hurts. You know what I'm talking about. That Gronk, Travis Kelce, right? That player, and sometimes it's a wide receiver, but a lot of times it is a tight end who just is that guy that you look for in the big moments. That guy that's your, I don't want to say crutch, security blanket, maybe, that you're like, that's the guy you want to find. And okay, that's not open. Where's my guy? Where's my guy that I trust that I'm going to throw to? Obviously, Jalen Hurts, we know. I hope that didn't come off as like a slight on Devontae Smith, whom I love. But, Devontae's more of a wide receiver who's stretching the field, although I think he can be fantastic, short routes and yards after catch and everything. But y'all know what I'm saying. It's usually a bigger guy who's like, where's my release valve? Where's that guy when I'm in trouble I'm going to go to? I think Eli Stowers can be that guy. And what I think is really exciting, obviously Mekhi Lemon, that he's a receiver who gets tons of yards after catch as well. But the reason I'm saying Eli is that secret weapon because I don't think he's getting the same amount of attention from all of us and from media that Mekhi Lemon is getting, being that first overall pick for the Philadelphia Eagles. But I want you to think about this as well, because we saw it a lot with Calcaterra, who's, but in passing downs, instead of three wide receiver sets, how about two tight end sets, right? How about Devontae Smith and maybe Hicks or Hollywood Brown in the slot? How about those Knicks? Did I say Hicks? Did that? I hope not. Anyway, obviously Devontae Smith, but how about Devontae Smith and Makai Lemon out wide with Eli Stowers and Dallas Goddard as tight ends, all going out on routes. Saquon Barkley in the backfield for some play action, or also sending out Saquon. Or if you want to go empty set, how about Brown in the slot? Or hey, you know what? Motion Saquon Barkley out of the backfield to go empty set and put him out wide, or put him in the slot, or just have him immediately going out on snap to get five receivers out in the routes, running effective routes at different levels, something we haven't seen in a while with the Philadelphia Eagles. I feel like yards after catch is going to be a big part of this offense. I think Eli Stowers is going to be a big part of that as well. Yeah, man, like I said at the beginning of this, and now even more as I run through this, and hopefully I can't always show it, guys. The NFL is tough with stuff, but hopefully you're able to see some highlights of Eli while I'm talking about this. If not, I apologize. I had to take it down. But yeah, the more I think about what this offense can be, and again, brace yourselves. I know, man, we're Philly, we're tough, and we are not patient. But I think we're going to have to be a little patient with this offense. Obviously, an entirely new system, once again, for Jalen Hurts, but for a lot of the guys. So it's going to take some time, I think, to really, truly get in a groove for Jalen to not be thinking as much as so much just reacting and going through his progressions without the thought process of where the next look is and where the next route is. And so I think we're going to see an offense that is good enough early on, right? Good enough early on. I mean, again, we can still rely on the run game. Hopefully, we've got all our offensive linemen who are healthy, ready to bounce back. Where again, once again, we have a top tier offensive line: Saquon Barkley, Tank Bigsby. I think that's a two-headed monster. By the way, speaking of secret weapons, even though we're talking about Eli, I think we're going to hopefully see in this offense a lot more of Tank Bigsby. He is the type of runner more so than Saquon that our offensive coordinator, that Mannion, likes in his system. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying like, oh, Saquon's no good and we're not giving him the ball. I'm just saying, given that, I think we'll see more of Tank this year than we saw of last year, which is important as well. So, man, this Eagles offense, minus A.J. Brown, still has a lot of weapons, a lot of different things they can do with this offense. I'm looking forward to it. I think Eli is going to, by the end of the season, I don't know how long it's going to take to see real impact, but I think it's going to happen. I think that by the end of the season, we'll look at it and say, man, that was a great rookie year. It might start slow, but it was a great rookie year, going to make a huge difference for this offense. By the end of the season, this offense is going to be humming. And I do not want to play this offense combined with the Eagles defense that we already know about come playoff time. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you have to pick one player who's going to be that secret weapon, that impact player this year that maybe is kind of flying under the radar, let me know in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll talk to y'all later.